如今本王已是斗圣，以后遇到麻烦，用不着你再来逞强护着我了。
是，彩铃女王天下无敌。
Awesome episode. Xiao Yan completely crushed Han MiSheng. The battle was extremely exciting. How many Lotus attacks did he launch at the Hall of Souls Chief? Hundreds. It feels like we've never seen such a rain of Buddha's Fury Lotus attacks before. That's the true power of Little E, the Fire Spirit. Even the descendant flame of the Void Devouring Flame was no match for her. This was an absolute victory for both Xiao Yan and the entire alliance. The only pity is that Xiao Yan destroyed Han MiSheng's physical body, but his soul still survived. And in the new trailer, Xiao Yan, Xiao Yixian, and Qing Lin headed to the Nine Nether Python tribe. Of course, Xiao Yan could never tolerate anyone humiliating his wife Queen Medusa, so he immediately entered the battle and brutally beat Huang Tian. Queen Medusa also finally emerged from seclusion and defeated Huang Tian with a single strike. Her appearance in white robes looked absolutely stunning. However, Queen Medusa's appearance became an enormous surprise for Xiao Yan. Her strength had grown to the point that it even surpassed his own. She blasted Huang Tian away and heavily injured him. Now Xiao Yan and Queen Medusa will fight together as a couple, making Huang Tian's situation even worse. Yes, Queen Medusa's strength not only increased to the early stage of a 4-star Saint Do Shang, but she also obtained a new saint appearance that looks no less impressive than Gu Suner's model. Queen Medusa's design is truly incredible. Even just looking at her back, her white dress is breathtaking. Seeing Yao Ming covered in wounds and blood while looking at Queen Medusa and Xiao Yan, he realized that he had won this gamble. Many elders preferred handing over Queen Medusa in order to save the clan. But Yao Ming chose to fight instead, protecting Queen Medusa for Xiao Yan's sake. Although the 9 Nether Python tribes suffered losses and Yao Ming himself was seriously injured, he ultimately profited from this decision. His selfless protection earned enormous gratitude from Xiao Yan and Queen Medusa. Based on this gratitude alone, the Python tribe's status will rise dramatically as Xiao Yan becomes stronger. Of course, they still won't surpass the ancient Void Dragon tribe, but they will definitely get rid of their third-place position and replace the Heavenly Demon Phoenix tribe as the second strongest magical beast faction. But since we already covered the entire Phoenix arc in detail in the 50-minute video, today we'll discuss several other interesting topics. Specifically, we'll look at these questions. 1. Where did the Xiao clan's cultivation techniques disappear to after the Han clan destroyed the Xiao clan? After all, the once mighty clan possessed extremely powerful techniques, yet the current Xiao family has almost none of them left. 2. Why didn't Han Tiandi punish Han MiSheng for failing to obtain the purifying demonic lotus flame? 3. 2 9th-tier medicinal pills. Why is the Pill Tower ancestor a 6-star saint, while the medicinal pill created by Xiao Yan cannot take human form? 4. 2 completely different supreme flames. Why is the purifying demonic lotus flame considered so monstrous? Did the void devouring flame lose precisely because of this? 5. Why was Xiao Yi able to devour the descendant flame of the void devouring flame? So don't close the video yet. There's still a lot of interesting content ahead. Alright then. Question 2. Han MiSheng received orders to seize the heavenly flame from the space realm, but not only did he return empty-handed, his physical body was also destroyed, leaving only a tiny fragment of his soul to return to the Han clan in a miserable state. He also lost a large number of his subordinates. According to the strict internal rules of the Han clan, such a catastrophic failure in an important mission should have resulted in severe punishment or even execution. However, when Han MiSheng returned to admit his guilt, Han Tiandi not only refused to punish him, but even protected him using his own power. The reason lies in the second-ranked heavenly flame, the Void Devouring Flame. Han MiSheng was originally a direct trusted expert personally created by the Void Devouring Flame itself. The two had long been deeply connected. According to the original novel, this descendant flame had already been inside Han MiSheng long before this battle rather than being temporarily given to him for the mission. As the Hall of Souls chief, Han MiSheng had always carried within his body a special subflame separated from the Void Devouring Flame. This flame granted him terrifying devouring abilities and extremely powerful spiritual strength, while also serving as the foundation that allowed him to control the Hall of Souls for many years. The void-devouring flame itself was the Hun clan's hidden trump card and possessed horrifying power that nearly reached the level of a 9-star saint. Moreover, if we analyze the reasons behind the mission's failure, the defeat itself was not caused by Han MiSheng's negligence, so there were practically no grounds to punish him. The purifying demonic lotus flame was sealed by numerous restrictions left behind by an ancient saint and also possessed its own protective formations, making it extraordinarily difficult to subdue from the very beginning. Furthermore, unexpected changes occurred inside the space realm. The Xiao clan ancestor Xiao Chen suddenly appeared and intervened in the battle. Possessing overwhelming strength far beyond Han MiSheng's, he completely crushed him, resulting in such a disastrous defeat. Han Tiandi fully understood that the struggle for the purifying demonic lotus flame had always been an extremely risky gamble. Neither he himself nor the void-devouring flame could personally interfere, because any appearance from them would expose the Han clan's hidden trump cards and attract the united opposition of Gu Yuan and the other ancient clans. Therefore, they could only send their subordinates. Han MiSheng was already the best candidate the Han clan could dispatch for this mission, and his defeat was caused by unforeseen circumstances rather than incompetence. If we examine the situation from an even deeper political perspective, Han Tiandi clearly understood that executing Han MiSheng would only place the Han clan in a desperate situation with insufficient combat power. After Xiao Yan subdued the purifying demonic lotus flame, his strength rose dramatically, while the alliance's influence rapidly expanded. He had already become the greatest obstacle preventing the Han clan from unifying the continent. In such circumstances, the Han clan urgently needed high-level saints to resist external enemies. As one of the highest-ranking members of the Hall of Souls, Han MiSheng controlled all of the Han clan's secret intelligence networks and long-term schemes spread across the continent. If he were executed, the entire Hall of Souls system would instantly begin collapsing, and the clan's thousand-year infiltration and covert influence would be destroyed. On the contrary, by using the origin power of the void-devouring flame to restore and strengthen Han MiSheng, they only needed to spend a small portion of the heavenly flame source in order to quickly obtain an even stronger expert. Question 1. Where did the Xiao clan's powerful techniques disappear to? Even such a supreme secret technique as the 3000 flame mantra transformation was created by them. Logically speaking, such a powerful clan should have possessed enormous numbers of heaven-tier techniques and battle skills rather than relying on a single Shen-tier technique like the one Xiao Zhan demonstrated. The reasons are simple. First of all, the sudden attack by the Han clan that destroyed the Xiao clan. Judging by how the Yao clan was later annihilated, the Han clan's methods were exceptionally brutal and ruthless. At that time, Xiao Xian was forced to hurriedly send people away in order to preserve the last surviving members of his clan. In such a situation, there simply wasn't enough time to transport cultivation techniques and battle skills from the treasury. The fact that the Xiao bloodline did not disappear completely could already be considered a miracle amid such a catastrophe. After seizing the Xiao clan's territory, the Han clan naturally took everything they could carry away. Cultivation techniques, battle skills, medicinal pills, and all other treasures of the Xiao clan were confiscated in order to replenish the Han clan's own losses. One should not assume that the Han clan was so powerful that it had no need for such resources. Heaven-tier techniques and battle skills were always considered priceless treasures on the Do-Chi continent, and the Han clan would never reject such wealth. But besides the Han clan, there was another hidden winner that also benefited, the Gu clan. Back then, the Gu clan observed from the sidelines, waiting for the Xiao and Han clans to weaken each other. Before attempting to break into the Do-Di realm, Xiao Xian asked the Gu clan leader, Gu Yuan, to take care of the surviving members of the Xiao clan. And if you think about it, Gu Yuan, as the leader of a great clan, would hardly help for free. Therefore, it is highly likely that Xiao Xian handed over part of the Xiao clan's most important treasures to the Gu clan as payment for protecting his descendants. If he successfully broke through into the Do-Di realm, he could later reclaim everything. And if he failed, at least those treasures would serve as a guarantee of safety for his clan. Some people may ask, even if all of this was lost, why didn't the Xiao family at least keep some strong techniques for themselves? In reality, it was not unwillingness, but fear. After the Xiao clan's fall, the Xiao family lost the support of the Do-Di bloodline, and its descendants became barely different from ordinary people. If they had continued openly using the Xiao clan's supreme techniques and battle skills, it would have been equivalent to announcing to the entire world, "We still possess treasures, come and take them." Both old enemies and forces seeking the Xiao clan inheritance would undoubtedly have attempted to exterminate the Xiao family completely. At that point, the issue would no longer have been continuing the bloodline, but survival itself. Therefore, the remaining Shen-tier technique possessed by the Xiao family was not merely a symbol of decline, but a desperate measure taken for survival. They chose to quietly exist in a tiny place like Wu-Tan City simply to avoid bringing another catastrophe upon themselves because of valuable treasures. Fortunately, Xiao Yan later appeared and gave the Xiao family hope for revival. All the humiliation, patience, and secrecy of the past finally gained meaning. Question 4. Two Supreme Flames. Why is the purifying demonic lotus flame so monstrous? Did the void-devouring flame lose precisely because of this? In the world of battle through the heavens, every heavenly flame within the top 10 rankings is an existence capable of destroying heaven and earth. This is especially true for the third-ranked purifying demonic lotus flame and the second-ranked void-devouring flame. Their powers are not only close to each other, but their abilities are somewhat similar as well. One purifies all existence, while the other devours all existence. But why do fans consider the purifying demonic lotus flame a true monster, while the void-devouring flame always seems to lack something? The void-devouring flame is the embodiment of absolute power and emptiness. First of all, it must be admitted that the void-devouring flame truly symbolizes destructive power. As the second-ranked heavenly flame, after being subdued by Han Tiandi, it became the Han clan's greatest hidden trump card. Its primary ability is devouring. It can devour all material things, Douqi, magical beasts, and even other flames. Almost nothing that enters its domain has any chance of escaping. Its combat style is extremely brutal and direct. In the original novel, it even managed to devour Xiao Yan's Flame Lotus. Such defense and counterattacking ability appear almost absurdly powerful. But this is precisely where the biggest issue lies. Despite its overwhelming power, the void-devouring flame resembles more of an executor. Nearly all of its greatest moments are directly tied to Han Tiandi's control. It lacks its own charisma, independent personality, and cunning battle intelligence. In combat, it usually acts as a ruthless machine of destruction. It crushes everything in its path, but rarely employs complex strategies or diverse methods. Simply put, the void-devouring flame is the perfect spear. But it depends entirely on its master. If the master is strong, it becomes strong. If the master weakens, its influence also declines. This dependence makes it less impressive from a narrative perspective. Now let's look at the third-ranked purifying demonic lotus flame. Although it is formally ranked below the void-devouring flame, its popularity and actual achievements throughout the story completely overshadow the second-ranked flame. Its ability is the purification of all existence. Even souls can be purified by it until they completely disappear. But the most terrifying aspect is that it possesses extraordinarily advanced intelligence. It was even capable of taking on a human form connected to the image of the pure Lotus Saint and establishing its own influence. Its combat style is cunning and unpredictable. It not only fights, but also controls the battlefield, creates traps, and uses techniques such as the Nightmare Heavenly Fog, transforming enormous regions into its own hunting grounds. The most horrifying thing about the purifying demonic lotus flame is its independence. It does not need a master. It is the ruler itself. In the original story, it even managed to imprison Xiao Yan and the others inside the demonic flame space. If Xiao Yan had not possessed the saint's remnant soul within his body, he likely would have long since been devoured by the flame itself. That overwhelming feeling of pressure, when the hunter suddenly becomes the prey, is something the void-devouring flame never truly created. So why are people more afraid of the purifying demonic lotus flame? Because in the world of Douqi, cunning and intelligence are often more terrifying than brute force. Although the void-devouring flame is unimaginably powerful, it still resembles an unsheathed weapon. If someone manages to withstand its direct assault, it possesses very few other methods. Meanwhile, the purifying demonic lotus flame is like a venomous serpent capable of planning schemes. It uses the environment, human weaknesses, and even the flaws of its opponents in order to turn situations to its advantage. That is why the difference between them feels so enormous, even though both belong to the top 3 heavenly flames. A true supreme existence is not merely someone possessing the power to destroy worlds, but someone capable of controlling the entire situation. And what do you think about this? As for the remaining questions, the video already became very long, so we'll discuss them later. Leave more likes if you want a continuation. Subscribe to the channel, and see you next time.